being here. Now, before I start, does everyone have a pen? Okay. Now, I won't introduce myself. You can come up later and talk to me later because we only have 20 minutes. So let's get started. We are here on that wonderful, beautiful day, and let's be mindful of being here. And I'd like you just to turn to your neighbor, if possible, someone you don't know, and just introduce yourself. Say something about, maybe someone can work with you here. Yeah. Say something about yourself, something like your story. What's your story? Who are you? Just turn to your neighbor and say, just a short introduction of a minute only, just a minute. Okay, perfect. I think that's pretty much enough. You have the opportunity to meet people today. You have the opportunity to talk, to make new friends today all day long. So just, if I can have your attention back, what did you get? What did people tell you about themselves? Can you share? Yes. Name, okay. Who else got the name? A lot, okay. What else did you get? Who you're with, okay. What else did you get? Profession? Profession? Kids, okay. Where they're from, so nationality. What they want from the session, that's a good one. What do they want from the session? Happiness. Well, here again, what is happiness for you, right? So this is a very interesting question. However, when we ask people to introduce themselves, they often say name, nationality, gender, how many kids, family status, where they're from, and they often say the story of what they hold inside of them. But if you think of it, when I was born as a cell with DNA information about who I am from my parents. That DNA contains maybe information about my hair color, my skin color, the height of my body, etc. But even my name, if I said I am Mona, just because my parents decided to call me Mona, I became Mona. And now everywhere I go, I introduce myself and I say, I'm Mona. So I take on this identity. I identify myself with things that are given to me. So apart from what I have, apart from, hi Michelle, take that pen. Apart from the DNA that I come from, that I'm born with, I acquire information during my life and I identify with it. Now, sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's useful, sometimes, well, maybe my name is useful to you, maybe not. But many things we also identify with that are not useful to us. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So, let's start with an exercise. You all got a pen, right? Do you all have a pen? I'd like you to take that pen that I gave you. This pen is sponsored by Pomegranate Institute, which I'm associated with. You can also get my cards later. So I'd like you to hold that pen like this in front of you. Everybody, regardless with which hand you use. And hold on to that pen. Do you need pens? Catch. Hold that pen really, really tight. I want you to feel pain. I know it's Happiness Festival, but I want you to feel pain for now, okay? So hold that pen very, very tight and hold on to it. And the more you hold on to it, I'd like you to notice maybe your knuckles turning really white. If you have long fingernails, you might feel the nails pressing into your palm. You might feel tension in your hand, you might feel tension in your arm. Who wants to share what they're feeling? What are you feeling in your arm?
Wow. Okay, the last one was
sorry? Strength. Strength. Okay. Tension. Challenge. Energy. Pain. Is it comfortable? Is it something that you... No, it's not? Okay. Is it like challenging and disturbing? Yes? Do you all agree that's something that is not so nice? Okay. So I've been talking about 2 minutes and most of you are still holding on to that pen, although you all agreed it wasn't very nice. You said it's strength, which is a positive thing. But most of you agreed that it was challenging, that it was disturbing, that it was painful, but you are still holding on to it. Why? Why? Tell me. Because you're following instructions? Why did you still hold on to it?
Every time your team member is late.
Yes. Waiting for the results. You're following instructions. People wait, and most of the time when I do this with my clients, they say, well, I was waiting for you to tell me to release. Is that right? Well, guess what happens in life? People come and do something to you or say something to you. Actually, they don't do it to you. They do something or say something that hurts you, that disturbs you, that bothers you. And what do? Hold on to it. And you say, that person did this to me for 40 years. That's not right. But who's carrying that pain? Who's carrying that story? Who's carrying that discomfort? That person might have done something, maybe stole something from you, and maybe he's, I don't know where in the world, enjoying that money that he stole. But you are the one holding on to that feeling, to that emotion. And that emotion is somehow disrupting your life, somehow disturbing you from the inside. So, if you remember what we did before with the introduction, we identify with those stories, we hold on to them, and we think that this is our story. For example, you meet people who say, I am a cancer survivor, or I am an abused child. I was an abused child. So a story that happened a long time ago, but was meaningful to them, or emotional to them, traumatic for them. They hold on to it, and they identify with it, and they keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. So what happens is that this information becomes part of our, like I said before, part of the genetic memory that we hold in our cells. Just like I so automatically say, I am Mona. But thinking of it, I am not Mona. And just as automatic as I say my name, I start repeating the things that I assume are me. If you have children, how many of you have children? Okay. Children identify with what they are told from their parents, school, from their environment, and they start repeating it. I'm not good in math. This becomes an excuse maybe also, right? Or no, I'm not good. Like, my brother is good, I'm not. Well, who says? Just because they heard it, just because they are identifying with it? So let's go back to that pen. What is that pen made of? Plastic? What is the plastic made of? Matter, okay. And what is matter made of? Atoms. And what are the atoms actually? Energy. Right, okay. What are our thoughts made of? Energy, okay. So if it was it actually when I told you to, or when you realized that you could actually just release that pen? Was it easy? Did it feel good? Okay. So thinking of a pen as energy and a thought of energy, why would one be difficult and one be easy? That's our limiting beliefs. That's because we tell ourselves, well, this is my past and I cannot let go of it. This is my story and that is what I identify with. But again, that story or that limiting belief is exactly holding you back from freeing your mind to just live without what's holding you back. Now, some of the stories of the past we can hold on to, we can choose, and that's another thing. We have a choice. What do I want to identify with? If there are positive stories in my life, stories that bring me, that motivate me, that give me the feeling of being strong, of having success, why don't I hold on to them? I have the choice. But if I have stories that are holding me back from moving forward, what if I could just let them go? So I'd like to invite you to just on a very short hypnotic journey with me. I work with hypnotherapy most of my time, so I would like you to just close your eyes for a moment, and we're not doing a real hypnosis session, we're just freeing ourselves now. So just lend me the power of your imagination, close your eyes, and just imagine for a moment that the cells in your body are like cells of a prison. And you have kept in those prisons whatever you have imprisoned. Now, just like in life, prisoners are kept there for a while, and whenever they serve their sentence, when the time is over, they're released and they're set free, aren't they? Today is the day where you have decided, by coming here and by sitting here now, you have decided to allow some of those prisoners to go. You have decided that some of the stories, some of the words, some of the events that you have held inside of you in your cellular memory don't have a place there anymore. You have decided to set them free, and by setting them free, you're actually setting yourself free, making space for new events, for new experiences. So I'd like you now to imagine that you're so tiny that you could actually go in to those cells and stand in front of one of those cells. You have the master key, and one cell represents all. And allow yourself now to open the door of the cell. By opening the door of one cell, you're opening the door of all. And now, just search that cell.
Some of us are extroverts. We have lots of friends and lots of relationships.
Search for experiences that actually don't belong to you.
I'm not saying to people to go out.
See the DNA strand with all the information that you want to hold on to.
Just before we finish,
That makes you
I'm
you.
gonna tell you a story about myself, right? So,
And also, now in the corners,
I went to like
see the experiences, the images that you want to get rid of.
very good academically.
And allow them all out. Invite them all to leave your cells through the corridor of your arm in which you're holding the pen. If you're not holding on to it anymore, grab it now and feel it now in your hand at the gateway, at the big gate of that prison. And allow now also all the words that have been said that don't belong to you. All the auditory, everything that you heard in your life that you don't want to keep inside of you. Allow them also out through the corridor of your arm into your hands. And notice now that pen in your hand. Notice now that all of these things are not part of you. This is a foreign object. It is not part of you. Allow now also all the emotions that you held inside of you, whether it's desperation, whether it's anger, whether it's frustration, whether it's revenge. Allow them also out. All into that hand, into that gate. And whenever you're ready, open that gate and let them out. Drop that pen and just feel how good it feels to just open it and let it go. Allowing also those doors open. Allowing them open because you have the key to those doors. You can let them open. You can leave them open. You can go back there anytime, just before you go to sleep, for example, tonight. And just allow those stories out of your system, out of your cells. Freeing your cells and making more space. And as you breathe in now, feel that breath just going into those cells and feel that newfound energy. Just imagine that breath just sweeping out all the dust that was there for years and years and years. Maybe it was just a week, maybe it was 2 weeks, maybe it was a month, maybe it was 10 years, and maybe it was your lifetime. Just feel that breath. Just sweep out everything that you don't need anymore. Now leave those doors open and allow cycles in your life. Allow experiences in. And I want to leave you with one more thing. We have cycles in our body. Whether we breathe, our respiratory system is a cycle. We breathe in, we take the useful from our breath, we take the oxygen, and we exhale whatever we don't need. The same applies to food. When we eat, our body absorbs the nutrients, the vitamins, everything we need, and we expel everything that is not useful for our bodies. So keep those doors of your cells open and allow experiences into your life. Allow them to come. Allow yourself to receive and to leave the lessons and the good messages, the positive messages inside of you. And by leaving those doors open and by allowing this cycle, allow the emotions that are not useful to you out. Taking the lessons and allowing the emotions that are not useful out. For everyone who still has their eyes closed, I'd like you now to take a deep breath and just absorb all this happiness around here today, all the positivity around here today, knowing that this power now lies in you. Take the pen with you, and you can use it anytime to just throw away whatever emotion is stuck in you and you don't want anymore. I know it sounded easier than it maybe is, but that's not how I wanted to say it. I know it sounded easy, and it is easy. It is easy if you train yourself to do this more often. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you for freeing just a little bit of your mind. And anyone, I'm here to answer questions to anyone a bit later.
Feedback